Morning, Tom. So we'll start with the Cardiff postponement. Where were you when you found out, and how quickly did you have to come up with a plan ahead of Hull City?
Yeah, so we were about an hour and 45 minutes into our journey, which isn't too bad. We did 3.5 hours on the coach, and then we create a quick plan for our whole preparation and give the players the Saturday off, and then we have 3 days build up to prepare for Hull. So it's been a little bit strange, but we've got to use it as a freshen up. We have to look like the team who is fresher on tomorrow evening, and it's been a little bit of respite for the players from the playing side of things.
How did the squad do?
Yeah, it's been obviously at this stage of the season to have 10 days without a game is quite strange, but we're getting players back, we're getting players fitter, and we've not lost anyone obviously in the day's training. So it's the squad's in a healthy place.
And how are the absentees coping with their recovery? Yeah,
so Kevin and Tom Delabishiru are the longer term ones that we have to take it carefully with. So they're progressing slowly, and Angelo's resumed training with the squad, so he'll be available for if not West Brom, the Burnley game.
And Hull City have a new manager. How does that impact your preparations ahead of the game?
Yeah, so you go over things from his previous club, and we actually played Reading in pre-season with Rubén as their manager. I was impressed with his team that day and his mannerisms on the side, and he's a coach who I have massive respect for. So, yeah, like I said before, they'll have the new manager bounce, but we've got to look at the fresher team because we had the weekend off.
What can you expect from Hull tomorrow?
He likes to press the ball high up in the pitch. Usually gone with a certain system at Reading, but we'll be ready to adapt to whatever we see tomorrow evening. But I expect a high tempo, that's for sure.
Do you really believe in new manager bounce?
Yeah, it's something that naturally happens in football and in life, I suppose. When you're trying to impress somebody new, a new face, a fresh idea, then I'd say it can certainly get 10% out of the players.
Did you find it then when you got the job permanently that there was a change?
Good question. Possibly, yeah. It didn't sort of hit me in the face like, everyone's gone up a level, but our results since me coming in got better, and that's not giving me a pat on the back, but yeah, it's a thing. It always will be a thing in football. So, like I said, it's our challenge to put a lid on that tomorrow evening, because we should be the fresher set of players. We've had a bit longer to prepare, and I'm confident that I'll see that.
So flip it around, when you were playing and there was a change of manager, what went through your mind?
Yeah, I was one of those players. I worked as hard as I could for every session, every game, but sometimes a new idea, when the previous one isn't really working, can give you a mental lift as a group of players. So I'm sure that they'll be feeling the benefits of that. But we'll be going there well prepared and with massive motivation to win the game.
Going back to Friday, Saturday, when you think of, say, athletes who are peaking for Olympics, they always say, when you get to the day and that's when you're peaking. Does that affect football a little bit, that you've got the players wound up to the point they're ready on Saturday and then nothing happens?
Yeah, it's a good question, but I don't think we'll be suffering anything from that. No, it's a little bit different in the Championship. Olympics happens once every 4 years, and our games happen once every 3 days. So, yeah, I don't think we'll be feeling sort of any anticlimactic feelings from not playing at the weekend. So, we quickly adapted. Day off Saturday when we would have played, and then we prepared we've got 3 good days preparation.
Does that make a big difference, having had that not played at the weekend going into a Wednesday game? Will that make a massive difference?
Yeah, you'd like to think so, and we have to challenge ourselves to make sure that is the case. And we've usually, the big benefit is usually you have the players who play on Saturday, they have to recover Sunday. They probably do half the session on a Monday, and you only get them till the Tuesday. With no game, you get them straight away Sunday, Monday. So you can work with the whole squad for 3 days rather than 1.5.
Are you just keen just to grind out a result now? Because We've lost the chance of Cardiff to get that away win. Is that, you know, the thing on Wednesday night? Will it win regardless?
Yeah, so it's one of those. You want the performance of Plymouth, but you want the mentality of grinding it out of Bristol City. You merge those two together is ideally what I want. But if you offered me a Bristol City or a Plymouth, then I'd take Bristol City every day of the week, where you win the game not in a great fashion. Whereas I thought in Plymouth, I really enjoyed watching my team that evening. Bristol City not as much, but one was 3 points, one was 1, and I know which one I'd rather take.
I don't forget what game I was watching the weekend, but the pundits were saying it is almost impossible in football these days to play the same way every game, home and away, and expect to be successful. Does that mean then, you know, because we're successful at home, we've got to do something different away from home?
Yeah, I think there are 2 or 3 teams that can do that because they have the quality to do so. And yeah, we're finding that balance away from home. What I would say is the last 4 times that we've been on the road, we've been competitive, and it's only a matter of time that the points that starts turning into points. Having watched Leeds play at home for the last 5 or 6 times, no one has got anywhere close to them, and felt like we deserved something that evening. So the quality of that performance is just getting higher and higher. Plymouth thought we were excellent, deserved to win the game. Swansea not at our best, but competitive. And there's one more in there that I can't think of at the top of my head that again gives us sort of a foundation to work from away from home, and we're getting closer and closer to that balance.
Do you think the top 2 are getting away now?
I'd include Burnley in that, and having watched Sunderland recently, they're a very, very impressive young team. So no, I wouldn't say so. I think for me, Leeds at home looks a very tough task for teams to go to, but we'll see. I also like the Middlesbrough as well, and they're there tonight.
How many do you think are in the playoff battle?
Good question. I don't think it's too early to tell. I think everyone's still at that stage of vying for position, and the next 30 days, where I'm not sure how many, you'll probably tell me, but it's probably 21, 24 points to play for. I think the next 30 days will sort of, that picture will become clearer. What I would say is, as a squad, and I'll tell this to the players, December's the month that can separate the men from the boys, so we have to be relentless, and that's in training as well as the games.
Is that a bit like moving day in golf then, when they talk about Saturday being the key day?
Yeah, I'd say December is that month where...
On the cut tie, does it make any difference to you that it's Thursday night?
No, not at all. So it's... Yeah, I'm not sure when the Cardiff rearrangement will be. It makes sense for it to be the following week to that. So I think the 2 clubs are in conversations about that. So that would be a positive of that game being on the Thursday, and I think Cardiff's Cup game's on the Thursday as well. So it makes complete sense for the rearrangement to be the following week there. So that would be an advantage of the game being on the Thursday evening. Cheers.